Hello everybody, welcome back to this Life of Ali in Australia. Just thought I'd do something a little bit different today. We've just gotten back from the supermarket. So I'll show you what we normally stock up with for the weekend with baseball and everything. Like I just said, we go to Woolworths. We are both Woolworths Extras members, so within the month we get the two 10% discounts and a extra perk each. My son's mobile plan is also with Woolworths Mobile, so that gives us 10% discounts per month. When my partner's phone contract with, I think he's with Kogan at the moment, ends in like 2 months, we'll swap him over to Woolworths as well, and we will then get the full 10% discounts. So anyway, today I will show you the receipt. We spent $102.29. So there's a few things in there that sort of bumped up the price a bit. I have plenty of fruit and vegetables in the fridge, so it's just a bit of a top up. But yeah, let's go through what we got. So the white seedless grapes were $4.50 a kilo, so there's $4 worth of white grapes. $5.50 for the red, so there's $4.43 worth of the red grapes. The apples, we got the Me apples, which were $4.90 a kilo, so there's 4 there, that's $3.19. Bananas, $1.20. I know we got some yesterday, but these are more for me. Not really a fan on yellowish, sort of starting to turn bananas, but the kids love them. Raguletto beef ravioli, the 600 grams, there is 4 serves in there. I stretch it out. I don't eat a huge portion, but I put, a bit more meat sauce and that on it for everybody. Serve it with a bit of garlic bread. So this is still $4.50. It's the only brand that is, and I've only found one Woolworths near me that actually stocks it. So what we've been doing every week that we go is grabbing a pack anyway. It's got a relatively long shelf life on it, 28th of the 3rd of this year, but it can also be frozen. So we're just stocking that because one day the price is going to jump and I'm going to walk in there, it's going to be $7 a bag, and I'm not going to be happy. We have a pack of these containers, a 4-pack, and they were, where am I up to? $3.50. Not normally something I'd buy, but my good Systema containers at the moment go walking when the kids take back goodies to their mums or their dads, or if I send a meal up the hill and then I get left short. So I've decided things will be going up in those, and then I'm not losing expensive containers or, waiting for them to come back. Pack of 6 crumpets. Now these, I think they're on a little bit of a special. They were $3.50. Not normally something we pay full price for, but partner felt like some, so we got him some. A honey mustard chicken tonight. Definitely not something I buy. I can quite easily make honey mustard sauce myself with cream and honey and mustard. But this was a extras perk, so we picked that up with the intention of dropping it in at the food pantry next time we go. It sounds a little bit strange, I guess, but yeah, like I said, it's a freebie. I may as well pick it up and give it to the food bank, and definitely someone will be able to use it. It's not just me being snobby. M&M minis, definitely not something I'd normally buy either. They were $3.50. Sorry, $3.30. They are on a bit of special this week. The daughter wants to cook M&M cookies this week, so when I saw them for $3.50 and, I saw a pack of 5 biscuits for $3.50, I went, yep, no worries, we'll make them. Party mix, still not something we'd normally buy. That's half a kilo, but it is our week this week for my youngest to bring lollies to the game. And oranges, which it gets rotated around the parents each week. They have lollies and oranges while they're on the bench for baseball, just to give them a bit of sugar and everything else like that, especially because the last couple of weeks have been so hot. A pack of the plain Woolworths water crackers for $1. 500 grams of frozen peas. Now these were $1.40 each, so $2.80 a kilo. And the Woolworths 1 kilo bag, the really cheap one, was, I think it was $4.50. and they're 500 grams. One's in the like next level up with $3 for 500 grams. So definitely grabbing Bell's Farms at the moment. Dressings, so the Red Kelly's dressing is $4.80. French dressing is $1.80, and the Dijonnaise is $6. These two are both my son and my favourites. We use very, very sparingly, but we also save like these little jars for jamming and stewed fruits, and these bottles here I save to make our own fruit cordials. Vanilla extract, always another expense, not something we buy every week though, but this one, the High Lala, was on special this week for $6.50. Grana Padano, because I grate my own Parmesan. This one was $7.50. So that's 250 grams. The other block was $7 for 200 grams, but this is also the youngest and my favourite. And yes, I don't like buying the shredded stuff. It's coated with extra corn flour and a few other different bits and pieces to stop it all sticking together, and really it just doesn't taste as good. One lettuce for $4. Oh, I just about lost it when I saw that. I mean, seriously, $4 for a lettuce. This week, the continental cucumbers were the cheapest way to go. These are both the odd bunch. They were 80 cents each. One weighs 465 grams, one weighs 410. I popped them on the scales and compared them to the price of the Lebanese cucumbers. This week, Lebanese were $4.90 a kilo, so these worked out as $1.60, about $1.70 for the kilo. Salted butter, another thing that's just gone through the roof in price. This is now $6.40. I remember being angry when it hit $5 and then $5.50 and $5.70 and then $6, and now it's $6.40. Ridiculous. Milk arrowroot biscuits. Normally we keep these on hand for when someone's sick. That's $2.50. Sometimes I do turn them into a cheesecake base, but very rarely. Cream cheese is expensive now too. A 1.5 kilo bag of carrots. Normally I like to wait until these are, when they're the odd bunch. Sorry, I've got them upside down. When they're the odd bunch, I like to wait until they are 80 cents per kilo, but it's just not happening at the moment. And they are $1.50. We've got one mango for $3. This is the Keat. And normally I buy, the kids love Honey Gold. They've never actually tried the Keat, so we thought we'd try that. Normally the Honey Golds are sitting around $2.70-ish each. That's a price I'm happy to pay. I remember growing up as a kid when they were about $5 each. I'm just lucky they're not back up around that price point. We have 2 bottles of soft drink, the Woolworths brand, so the cola and the raspberry. These are not an everyday item either. This is something where the last few weeks I've picked up to take to the games because we've been at away games. And in the heat, and instead of spending money at the canteen, I put one in the fridge, pull it out the morning, to take on the road. And we tend to stop and have a picnic. We have about half hour, 45 minutes in between travelling to each game to have a picnic. We stop and have that, and they are allowed a bit of soft drink then. Sparkling water for me, that's $1.10. Forgot to say the price, sorry guys, that's now $1.20. So this has gone from being like 75 cents to 80 cents, 90 cents, 95 cents, $1, $1.10, then $1.15, and they were $1.15 last week, and I was going to grab some, but I didn't, and they're $1.20 now. Sugar, 3 kilos. Something else that is now ridiculously priced. It's $4.25 for 3 kilos. Cheaper to buy it like that. Milk, stock standard. I know we got some yesterday in the food pantry package, but that is obviously 2 litres and not really going to get us very far. Milk is now, I did see it somewhere on this list, I think it's about $4.50 for 3 litres. Yeah, $4.50. And brown sugar, yet another staple that's gone through the roof. 1 kilo for $3.85. On the way out, we stopped at my butcher, which I'll actually do a post on one day when I get my next meat pack from him. I've known him for years, and when I say years, I mean I spent over 20 years in the hospitality industry. He was my butcher that followed me around at different places I worked at. My ex was also in the hospitality industry, and he also used him as a supplier. He doesn't get along with my ex now, but he gets along with me. I get 25% discount off the marked price. This week he had these spinach and feta chicken breast rolls. I mean, he just gets amazing stuff. Like, that is a huge chicken breast. It doesn't have a weight on here, but I'm guessing that's well over a kilo. That is $12.99 originally. He had them out for $9.99 as a special, and then I get 25% off. The only reason I picked this up this week is because next week partner and I have a kid-free night, and considering we didn't get Valentine's Day or anything like that, we are going to do, I guess, a date night, as much as I hate that term. So that is going to be us. This one, he recommended just whacking in the air fryer for about 45-50 minutes at 180. So that is what I'm going to do. And then there's no cleaning an oven pan. And I don't need to keep checking on the oven, because our oven, if you've seen the kitchen, is old. It doesn't work properly, and we're just waiting to get the kitchen redone. And for anybody wondering, that is an expense coming out of when I sold my house through divorce proceedings. There was a lot of things to be paid because it wasn't a nice divorce. But all that aside, we put that money away to fix up the house we're in now, because that was a rental that Chris owned and he had moved into that. Sorry, I just said his name. Oh well. That is a rental that he owned, and where he moved into when he split up with his ex-wife. And then for anybody interested, I have this huge box of plums. No, I didn't pay for them, sorry. My partner has a family farm. They are fruit farmers. So when I said, can you please bring me back some plums? This is what some plums means to a farmer. This is nearly 10 kilos. So good luck me for getting through these. These ones down here are a mix of prunes, and they are green gauges. Prunes and presidents. And these here are your good old-fashioned satsumas, the little ones. So I don't get pick of the crop brought back to me, but that's fine. This is the stuff they can't sell. So the prunes and the green gauge, I make a jam and a cordial out of. Satsumas, I make jam and a cordial. And sorry, these ones, the prunes and the green gauge, I also make stewed fruits. And these presidents are quite a tart plum, and it's because we can't really get Dawson plums in South Australia. I've looked everywhere. I can find people in Australia, but of course you can't, in Tasmania, sorry, but you can't import fruit or vegetables into South Australia for quarantine. So these are the closest I can get. They're called a diamond plum. And with these, I make a plum Worcestershire sauce and a plum barbecue sauce. That is the reason too why I bought the brown sugar. Yes, I can make brown sugar by adding treacle or golden syrup to it. But at the moment, when I'm working with this level of fruit, it is just easier to buy the brown sugar. Anyway, guys, that is all for today. Hope you like this kind of thing. Yeah, give me a like or a thumbs up if you like this kind of content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.